I once stripped naked, then accidentally climbed into bed with my father-in-law.
Beastie, were you drunk?
Yes.
Was it his bed or was it a spare bed in your house?
It was our bedroom in our house, and they'd been babysitting. And so I noticed another presence in the bed, which I assumed to be my wife.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
a lovely thing to say about your wife.
Well,
Sorry, love, it's just that you look like, you know, your dad.
It was dark. It was dark. She'd gone to bed before me, and she said, hey, watching telly, you know...
What were you watching, just out of interest?
I can't remember that.
What time was it?
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning, probably repeats of this on Dave.
So this is your bed. Where were you then? Were on sofas downstairs?
No, we were in the spare room.
Oh, that's lovely. You've given up your superior bed for the in-laws.
Yeah.
Lee, what do you do when your in-laws come round?
I make up a really lovely, lovely bed with lovely silk sheets and a lovely thing and put that in the shed.
So you've come into bed, you think that your wife, she's gone ahead of you.
I thought it should be spark out, you know.
Spark out in the bed.
Yeah, yeah, and I've often done this journey in the dark. So she's often in bed before me.
Yes,
and I know what to do. I can do it in the dark. Whip the clothes off, round the side of the bed, leap in, give her a snuggle.
Oh, did you give her a snuggle?
I went to give her a snuggle.
Oh, no, naked?
Naked.
Which way was he facing?
Thank God he was the other way. I spooned him.
You spooned him?
Like that makes it better. I think it's worse.
I think you'd have to have done it both ways to know which is worse.
That's true.
Were you spooning in the way you spoon when you want to have a cuddle as you go to sleep? Or were you spooning in a way which was hoping to just nudge her awake?
Luckily...
There's a subtle difference between those two.
I know that subtle difference. But luckily, I wasn't quite that excited yet.
Yes!
No.
Oh, my word.
It's quick, though. I mean, honestly, I whip it back, the thing, I jump in, I go for the spoon, and as I'm sort of approaching the body in the bed, I hear John, and I literally flew out of bed, and then the lamp went on, and I'm trying to put my underpants back on.
Oh, you're completely naked?
Yeah. Oh, the whole thing, I'm trying to get my twisted, fell over. It was like a comedy. It was ridiculous.
Why would you go to the effort of trying to put your underpants on in front of them?
Because I was naked.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do it in front of them. This is right.
Just grab them and leave.
That's the sort of strategic decision you make when you're used to doing that. The first time, you can very easily think, I both want to leave and dress myself and make the mistake of trying to do the two things at once.
Yeah.
And what happened in terms of the father-in-law?
He was very, very lovely about it, and he went, one too many last night? And I went, yeah. And that was it.
What are you thinking? Is it striking you as true?
That's definitely possible. I believe he has issues with alcohol.
I'm going through.
You're saying true?
Yeah, yeah.
OK. I will go with my team and blame them.
You say it's true? OK. John, were you telling us the truth, or were you telling us a lie?
It is, in fact, sadly, true.
Oh.
I once accidentally bought a horse.
Sorry? You bought a what?
A horse.
A horse. Sorry, I missed the S.
You claim that you once accidentally bought a horse, am I right?
You're right.
Right, fine, we're all clear. Under what circumstances? What did you think you were buying?
I never thought I was buying anything. I thought I was renting.
Did you think you were renting a horse?
Yes.
Right. So you paid to rent a horse, and then at the end, when you tried to return the horse, they said, "What the hell are you doing?" I've been trying to get rid of Psycho for years.
That's pretty much it.
How long had you imagined that you were going to rent it for?
We thought we were going to rent it for like 25 minutes.
And did they charge you?
It was in Bulgaria. on holiday.
OK, so what did it cost in local Bulgarian currency?
What is the local Bulgarian currency? We're going to lose.
It was 200 lev. Lev, L-E-V. I don't know how you pronounce it, but lev.
200 lev.
200
How
Bulgarian.
much is that in sterling, roughly?
Roughly, I think
At the
it's
time?
At the time, I think it was at £90. So we thought it was a good deal.
£90 for 25 minutes?
For 25 minutes on a horse.
But you said we thought we were going to rent it for 25 minutes.
There was me and my friend.
So you
It
were
was a
going
lad's
to
holiday, we were
have
18,
half
we
and
thought
half.
we'll go horse riding.
In Bulgaria?
In Bulgaria.
Did you question the odd sort of time slots they were going for?
No,
I've never been pony trekking, but I imagine they sort of rent you the horse for perhaps a couple of hours.
Well,
or at least a solid half hour.
You get 25 minutes and then the horse needs a break for 5 minutes and then somebody
And then
else
you
comes.
keep the horse forever.
Well, I never knew that.
What happened when you tried to take it back?
The guy explained to us that the guy was gone. The guy...
Never say the phrase on this game. The guy explained to us that he'd gone.
Well, there was two.
Never say that.
There was two different guys. There was two guys.
Go through me if you want to speak to my client.
There was guy A. Guy A.
That's a Bulgarian name.
Very well known. The most famous Bulgarian name.
Guy Dimitri. I think that... No, guy A. And guy B. Right? We thought we were going horse riding and we were heading towards the place where you actually hire the horse.
Stables.
The official... the stables.
Right? Honestly, even I think he's making it up, and I'm on his team.
Bit of patience, Brian. Come on. Right. We met a guy on the way who had a horse, and we thought he was doing that thing, you know, in Asda, when you've got a shopping trolley, and you're taking it back, and somebody else needs a trolley, and you say, "Oh, do you want this one?" So we thought the guy was saying,
I don't need to go all the way to the actual stable. I'm from the stable, so just hire this horse.
That's what the guy said?
Yeah.
So we thought, all right, there was a bit of a communication breakdown. There was a Bulgarian guy trying to speak English and two Scottish guys trying to speak English. So we thought the guy had gave us the horse to ride and come back in 25 minutes.
Were you not surprised that... I mean, I've never been on holiday to Bulgaria, but I imagine that things would be a bit cheaper in Bulgaria than in Britain. Were you not surprised that it cost you the equivalent of £90 to hire a horse for 25 minutes?
It was 25 minutes each, so it was two of us.
Yeah. Right.
So we chipped in for a horse. For 25 minutes each.
But still, even if you thought you were going to get 25 minutes each, that's a lot, isn't it?
Oh, it's an hour. You need to give the horse a break, as I said.
Let's forget about the 25 minutes.
Just forget about the horse.
Let's forget about the horse.
That's absolutely, obviously bullshit. You take the horse back. Guy B, who's the guy you met on the way to the stables...
He's gone.
He's gone. No sign of him.
No, he's gone.
So you say to Guy A, well, we hired this as part of your not bothering to actually go to the stables but getting it a few hundred yards away scheme. We hired this horse for 25 minutes at an extortionate rate. Nevertheless, here it is. And what did he say?
We went back to the place where we picked up the horse.
Oh, so not to the stable,
No.
but to the random
never got
point
right.
in the road. A couple of hundred yards from the stable. So you, bewilderedly, where has the mysterious man gone? I would have thought that logically, when you were returning it, having thought that it had come from the stable, but you'd been lucky not to have to walk to the stable before hiring it, you might nevertheless have thought, well, the stable's where it's got to go back to, rather than, well, Sodom, this is where we picked it up from, I'm not actually taking the stable. I'm going to stand here, 300 yards away from the stable, going, come over here! Come and get your own horse! At which point, locals start waving, going, no! You keep!
Kevin, look at me. You're taking the horse back.
Look at me!
What happened next?
Come on, Kevin. Come on. Right. So where are we taking off from?
You're taking the horse back.
Let's go back to the start.
Kevin Bridges, for the love of God, please tell us what happened.
Right. We bought a horse. We thought we'd rented the horse. We'd done the horse riding, took it back to the initial place. We picked up the horse.
Yes.
Locals explained we'd went to a counterfeit horse guy. It wasn't the official horse riding stable.
This was a counterfeit horse. This wasn't a genuine horse. This was maybe two guys in a costume.
That would explain the 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I can only do 25 minutes.
The giveaway was after 25 minutes, and Rob went...
Right, let's crack on, lads.
So, David's team. What do you think? Truth or lie?
I mean, the trouble with this game is it plays tricks with your mind. But I don't think it's true.
You don't really.
It's got to be, hasn't
It's
it?
got to be a lie.
Got to be a lie.
Yeah.
Saying it's a lie. Right, so here we go. It really is.
Here's the moment.
This is more than any other episode I've done of this show. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Kevin Bridges, is it true or is it a lie?
It's true.
Unbelievable.
The first time I used eBay, I accidentally bought a canoe instead of a handbag.
David's team.
Well, how did that error occur?
Well, back in the day, when eBay was pretty new, I thought I'd have a little go. And I quite like vintagey stuff and old clothes, although when they delivered, it's not quite as good because they always smell a bit musty and have an air of dead people. But I like the idea.
Yeah.
And
Did you get that from eBay? Was that you? Sorry, carry on.
so I was scrolling through, as you do, and saw a lovely clutch bag. I know I've lost you all already, haven't I? A clutch bag. A clutch bag is a little bag.
For
that
keeping
you
the
clutch.
pedal from a car in. You have an accelerator bag and a brake bag.
So what are we saying, Alex? You saw a clutch bag, you were miming putting the clutch bag under your arm to get into it, and then you pressed canoe by accident.
In fact, in the modern computers, they've taken the canoe button off the keyboard because this kept happening.
OK, you're looking at eBay. What
I'm
happens
scrolling
next?
through.
Right.
It started off at 99p. 99 pence, John. Are you in?
For a vintage bag?
Yeah. You're in. Anyway. Next thing you know, £14. I'm thinking about pulling out.
Yeah.
Because that's quite a lot for a vintage bag. But anyway, on it went.
Yeah.
£32.
And you're still bidding?
You still in, John?
No, I wasn't even in when it was 99. You were wrong about that. You read me wrong there, Alex. I don't know what my body language is telling me.
OK, so the price is going up. You're tracking, that's what they call it.
£32.
You're tracking the bag.
And I think it's a good time to go to bed.
Yeah.
Leave it. Next morning.
Yeah.
Email on the laptop. Congratulations, your bid was successful. You have bought a second-hand red canoe.
It's quite a jump, isn't it? Yeah. Do you think that's a terrible story? There's some fella whose boat was going down. He says, don't worry, I've got this covered. Trying to squeeze a family of 5 into a vintage handbag.
So you emailed the canoe man saying, instead of the canoe, could I have the clutch handbag that looks like
And he said, I haven't got a clutch handbag to offer.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you've lied, because I bid on a clutch handbag.
Oh, so do you think he was luring people in by putting photographs of vintage handbags, which people then bid on and bid on, bid on, whatever they pay, whatever the handbag looks like, they only get a canoe.
Maybe 7 times out of 10, people make do with the canoe. It must have looked into it.
Have you ever
ever seen at the opening night of a film a glamorous starlet turning up with one of the commentators are saying is an incredibly large clutch bag? OK. What are you thinking, David?
I think I don't know. What do you think?
There's too much of a gap.
Do you think it's true?
No, I think it's a lie.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
You all think it's a lie.
It's a lie.
Conclusively a lie.
Conclusively a lie.
OK, Alex, truth or lie?
Silly boys, it was in fact true.
Well done,
So, I'll start with you, Joe. What is Liz to you?
Well, this is Liz, and when she was a baby, I accidentally dropped her in a pond.
There will be time. There will be time. Larry, would you tell us what Liz is to you?
This is Liz, who taught me basic bar skills before I went to work in the Queen Vic.
OK. And, David, what is Liz's connection with you?
This is Liz, and together we are writing a guide to the castles of Britain.
Chillingly plausible. Liz team, where do you want to start?
I think we've got to start with Joe. What are you talking about?
When I was about 7.
7?
7 or 8, yeah. Me and my 2 brothers were looking after Liz, and she was a baby. She was about, I don't know, well, how old is a baby?
Well, I don't know. You decide, Joe. It's your story.
Who was the oldest looking after the baby?
Yeah, that's right.
My brother.
He was how old?
He's a year and a half older than me.
So he was 9 and a half,
yeah.
And his role was the chief leader of looking after the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what a great job you all did, may I say. Apart from the dropping it in the pond bit.
Why were you near a pond?
Because I lived in the country, and, ooh, there's ponds in the country, Carol.
Being rude to Carol Vorderman's not going to get you out of trouble, Joe.
To be honest,
How did the actual dropping happen in the pond?
We were playing catch with her.
Oh, come off it. You were playing catch?
We're just kind of trying to make her laugh, just throwing her to...
Right.
I think we should move on to castles.
I absolutely think we should move on to castles.
Yeah.
with the first question, what's your favourite and why, Dave?
I have 2 favourite castles, and they're because castles I discovered as a child.
Right.
And they, not on my own, they've been previously discovered by, One is a castle in Wales, in the Mumbles, near Swansea, and that's called Oystermouth Castle.
It's called what?
Oystermouth Castle.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, but hang on, what are you thinking
But
vouch
what
for that?
kind of castle is that?
That's a sort of Norman... I think a sort of late Norman kind of castle with a keep and a...
What do you like about Oyster Castle?
Oystermouth.
I like it because it's quite a sort of traditional, old-fashioned castle with a moat and
An
a wall around
old-fashioned
it.
castle.
They all tend to be traditional.
That's amazing, that.
As opposed to these new modern ones with stone cladding.
It has always been irritating to me that very few castles completely adhere to what I imagine being the typical castle.
What was yours again, Larry?
Larry, yeah, what was yours again?
Definitely.
This is the lady who taught me my basic bar skills for when I was working in EastEnders.
And what are the
Working
3
at
most
Vic.
important bar skills that you now have?
My character is supposed to have spent years working in the bar and pub business. So, you know, it's timing. It's not just a case of, you know, pull a pint. You've got to pull a pint and be talking to a customer, taking money.
What sort of lines might you say, Larry?
You might say, how you doing, sunshine? Or like...
Did you go to her or did she come to you?
No, you go to her.
And is that near the studios?
Like, this has been years of,
They've been doing this for evidently 8 years. I've only been there for a year and a half, and it's just an induction thing. So automatically, what happens?
Did Barbara Windsor go?
Barbara Windsor had to go after, because she's been there for sort of nearly 20 years.
So for 20 years, then they said, OK, it's been OK so far, but we've decided, suddenly... The first 14 years was great, but now it's about time you had a bit of bar training, because we can't keep putting up with you missing that pint pot anymore, pouring it over your head, and then your bra falls off.
We need an answer. So, Lee's team. Is Liz Joe's pond playmate, David's fellow castle expert, or Larry's bar tutor?
What do you think, Russell?
I think castle.
Why do you think castle?
Because Dave's an intelligent man and will have lots of little hobbies and stuff.
This is definitely Larry. It's definitely. It's not joke. That's completely inconceivable. You would not give a very small baby to 3 very young children, even in the 60s.
Who went in the water to get the baby out?
My brother Bill.
No.
What, because he had the right beak shape?
Lee, I'm going to push you for an answer, Lee.
Larry, say Larry.
I'll say Larry.
I'll go with it too. Say Larry.
You're saying it's Larry.
I don't think any of them are.
OK.
It's true.
Liz, would you like to reveal your true identity?
I know Jo. She dropped me in a pond when I was a baby.
Yes. We've actually got a photo of the two of you together.
Got the fear in her face.
Liz, congratulations. I don't know why I'm congratulating you for being thrown into a pond. And thank you so much for coming. Liz.
After a mix-up on the telephone, I accidentally went on holiday with the wrong girl.
Right, Lee's team.
Was this recently?
Not recently, but near enough to be slightly embarrassing.
OK.
It was early 1979.
Early 1979?
And
that's fairly recently, is it? Blimey. I'm glad this story wasn't a long time ago. It would have been in the 1640s. So, who did you think you were phoning?
That's none of your business. But,
OK. Were you going out with her at the time? Was she your girlfriend? Was she a sort of on...
She was a lady I had met in Sydney.
What was the circumstance that meant that you ended up meeting this lady?
Well, I mean, if you're in another country like Australia for 5 months or nearly 5 months, there's always a chance you're going to meet a lady or two, isn't there? I mean,
I want to know, at any point during the phone call, did you realise you were speaking to the wrong woman?
No.
You never realised?
It was quite late at night, I have to admit, and I probably had a thimble or two of wine, so I wasn't actually into the business of dissecting voices.
And the reason you were calling was to say, come on holiday with me.
Well, it was more specific than that, actually. It was to say, would you like to come and spend 3 or 4 days with me the weekend after next in Monte Carlo?
Oh,
wow. I'd say yes.
So this girl that's answered, have you ever met this other girl, the one that you're now phoning?
Yes.
Who was this girl? Another sort of...
Not a matter I'm prepared to discuss with an almost total stranger.
Got you, right. So, just to clarify, you're sleeping with both of these women.
Can I ask, is that a question or a statement?
It's definitely a statement. We all
statement.
know. We're all reading
in which
between
case
the
I
lines.
can ignore it.
Exactly. You've got this other woman's phone number. Now, you've phoned her up. Woman number 2 answers the phone. How long does the conversation go on where you think it's woman number 1?
Oh, it went on for 7 or 8 minutes.
OK. So when you put the phone down, you believe that you have now arranged a holiday with what you think is woman number 1. Is that correct?
You're getting better and better at this.
Now, when is the next time you speak to woman number 2?
I went, in fact, 10 days later to Heathrow, and you know how it takes. You get there and you meet someone. I'm sure everyone here will understand exactly what I'm saying. And you see people come through and you wait forever and you look at the wretched board that says the thing has landed. And you wait and wait and wait, and no one came at all. No tall, voluptuous blonde. I couldn't see anything like that. And then I did see a rather... I don't mean the word dumpy in an uncomfortable way. Maybe that's slightly the wrong word. Brunette there, and I said she walked through.
No, sorry, dumpy's the wrong word. I meant brunette. That's not going to wash.
And she walked through, and I suddenly thought there was something vaguely familiar about her. And she looked up and looked at me and recognised me. And I said to her, my dear old thing, what on earth are you doing here?
Oh, no! And she said, what are you doing here? I'm supposed to be meeting Jeffrey Boycott.
I said, my dear old thing, what on earth are you doing here? And she said to me, don't you remember ringing up and asking me to come to Monte Carlo for the weekend?
Oh, no!
And you know what was so awful?
God.
Was that I couldn't remember her name. And so what I did was I ran towards her to pick up her baggage. Not in order to be altruistic and help her, but in order to read her name on her label.
Henry, I just wondered, how was the weekend?
Interesting. It wasn't what I would call a Grand Prix weekend, exactly. We had one or two rather sort of unenforced pit stops.
So, what do you think, Lee?
Wow, this is an amazing... I hope it's true.
The Monte Carlo rings true for someone like that.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Well, look at his jacket. I would have said Butlins. So what are we going to say?
I think it's true.
I
think it's a lie, but I want it to be true, so I'm going to say true.
All right, you're going to say it's true. Henry, was it true, or were you telling a lie?
I'm so excited.
It was true.
I wrote a text moaning about my Strictly Dance partner, then accidentally sent it to my Strictly Dance partner.
Good Lord, Lee's team.
Who was the Strictly Dance partner?
Gilda Horn. So that I live in Germany, and he was my first Strictly partner.
So this is a German celebrity?
Yes, a
Gilda
singer.
Horn. He's not in
Gilda-
the adult film industry.
It's a quite famous man.
What's he famous for?
Singing. He's singing. It was my first year as a dancer on the German show, and it was actually a text before a very important competition, Blackpool, and I was really stressed out.
Blackpool?
Yes.
Does German Strictly get to Blackpool as well? No. Because that would be insane. I don't know why we go to Blackpool. The idea of people all over the world going to Blackpool.
All dancers go to Blackpool.
What did the text say?
Oh. I wrote something like, he's not great, and I'm so glad that this is over soon, and then I'll be stress-free for the rest of my life.
But then you sent it to him?
I sent it to him, and he was standing in front of me.
Why didn't you just tell him?
He asked me the same question.
How long had you known him at this point?
2 weeks.
So you were 2 weeks into the training?
Yes.
And who were you sending it to, the text, or you thought you were sending it to?
To my dance teacher, because he was asking me, how are you keeping up?
Did you realise the moment his phone pinged?
No, I realised when he came to me.
Which was when? Straight away or in...
Straight away.
Wow, that's German and efficient, isn't it?
And what did he say?
He's like, thanks.
So how are things between you now, then, after this event?
We became intense friends because once the truth is out, it's out.
Lots of people become intense friends on Strictly, don't they?
No.
And how did you do ultimately, and how far did you go? I'm in the competition.
We were fifth. Not bad, right?
Not bad at all. What do you think, Shazia?
I think there's some truths in it, but it's generally a big lie.
What about you, Steve?
Yeah, there's a few things that don't quite add up for me. I'd go lie.
Think lie?
It's a lie.
OK, well, I'll go lie as well.
You're going to say that it's a lie?
Yeah.
OK, Motsi, it's a lovely story, but is it true or is it a lie?
Well, it's true.
As an adult, I once accidentally took part in an under-12s swimming gala.
David's team.
What happened? How did you end up in the swimming gala?
Well, I went swimming.
Right.
What are the public swimming baths on a normal day?
It was a council-run swimming baths, actually. And I went in and the pool was empty. But what I did notice was that there were people watching, you know, from the gallery at the top, but no one in the pool.
Right.
So I got in the pool. Do you want to know more?
At the moment, you're just alone in a swimming pool being watched.
And then a gun went off. Like a swimming gala gun. So the gun went off.
Yeah.
And then just at that minute, a group of under-12s jumped in and I was in the middle of a race.
Hang on, though, hang on. When you arrived in the pool area, right, you noticed the pool is empty.
Yeah.
You noticed the gallery of spectators.
Gallery of spectators,
You didn't notice these lurking 12-year-olds?
They weren't there when
They
I got
weren't there.
in.
Do they normally fire the gun before anyone has entered the room or come near the pool?
Well, they must have been there, but I was distracted by the people in the gallery.
So you put a foot in the water, a gun goes off, some 12-year-olds jump in.
Yeah.
What happens then?
Then we'll swim.
You continued with your swim?
I'd paid my money.
And were the kids good swimmers? Were they overtaking you?
Well, when I reached, you know, did a lap and reached the end, someone said that I had come third.
So what happened then, Lucy? Did you get a medal? I mean, how did it all resolve itself?
I think I could have pushed for a medal. I didn't. Basically, I got out and I was annoyed. I was embarrassed.
So what do you think, Anton? What do you think?
I think it could be a lie. In actual fact, I think it is a lie.
What about you, Desiree?
I mean, I feel very deeply in my bones that it's a lie.
To be honest, I was feeling more credulous. It can be disorientating walking out from the changing rooms into a swimming pool.
It can be disorientating walking out of a changing room to a swimming pool.
I like the fact that you left that really mysterious, that sort of... You aborted the anecdote. You went, I once...
Yeah, well,
yes.
To be honest...
Whoa! What did you do, David?
I'll tell you, but to be honest, I was worried I'd told the researchers for this show and it was going to crop up later in the series.
Oh, I see.
I got changed for swimming at a swimming bath and I didn't know the layout of the place very well and I just sort of walked out in my trunks and barefoot into some badminton courts.
Wow! 16 years, we're running out of stuff, and you just throw that away.
Yeah. OK, do you still think lie?
Yeah, but go with your gut.
Lie, we're going lie.
OK, they're saying it's a lie. Lucy, was it a lie or was it in fact true?
It was true.
Wow.
So, Zand, what is Martin to you?
This is Martin, and when I accidentally shaved off a chunk of my beard, he lent me some of his.
Maya, how do you know Martin?
OK, so this is Martin, and he once exercised my car because I thought it was haunted.
And finally, Lee, your relationship with Martin.
This is Martin. He freed me after I got my fingers stuck in a bowling ball.
So there we have it. David, where do you want to begin?
Zand, so he lent you a section of his beard?
Yes, so I had shaved off that side of my beard by mistake, and I needed...
How did you do that?
You put the teeth on the beard trimmer so that you have to adjust it.
Yes.
And I didn't put the teeth on and shaved my cheek twice. Zup, zup, cleared the cheek. Then I needed replacement beard hair.
And where does this chap come in?
I was filming a television programme the next day, and the problem was that we'd already filmed some of it, and so I had to keep the beard, and I also have it in my contract that I always have to have a beard because I have an identical twin brother, and without the beard, I look like him, and then I can't
I don't think that would be a problem, because you still had some of the beard. I think you'd still be distinguishable from your... Unless he had madly grown a partial beard.
OK, so how do you come into contact with someone? Is this a service that someone provides, whereby if you misshave, he'll help you out?
No.
Do you regret your Brazilian?
Well, with the help of this man's hairy face...
So, Martin is a sound person or an acoustic engineer on the TV show that I was working on, and he kindly trimmed off a bit of his beard and allowed me to glue it to my face.
So how many days did you have to film? Because presumably you'd have to remove this hair at the end of the day. You can't go to bed with that, can you?
So, at the end of the day, Martin gave me an envelope of his beard trimmings. He trimmed it
get
off.
away.
I carried the envelope. I had to film for the rest of the weekend, in fact, into the next week. And so for about 5 or 6 days, I was gluing... I had some eyelash glue and I was gluing...
Because he gave you an envelope of his hair.
So he gave you a couple of clumps on that first day, and at the end of the day, he said, well, there you go, that'll see you through until the middle of next week.
So, and he must have lost a fair bit of his, then.
It's a mighty beard.
It's a dense beard, I will say that.
His beard does it like a feeder beard, like it's designed just to feed other beards.
Yes. It's like...
Wholesaler beard.
Right, who would you like to quiz next?
Maya, this car. What model of car was it?
Mercedes 500.
And what made you think it needed exorcising?
OK, well, I have quite a spiritual Swedish nan. Yeah. And I was telling her that it's always quite cold. There's 2 seats in the car. It's always quite cold. It feels like there's wind coming in, even when all the windows and there's no holes in it or anything like that. And sometimes when I go into my car park, which is underground, I have felt like someone touched me a couple of times, just on the shoulder or, like, there. And so I told her about it, and she was like, I know this guy Martin.
And it's probably him.
She said, you should have a little chat with Martin. He does this kind of thing. He goes and he'll get rid of the bad spirits and stuff like that. And if it is your new car, then it's best that you get it sorted out, you know?
I gotta say, you did say, so your nan's Swedish?
Yeah.
Martin does look strikingly Scandinavian.
He does, actually, doesn't he? You could imagine him on a hardwood floor.
What are you doing on this hardwood floor, Rob?
Being Swedish. Yeah, maybe. It's a hardwood floor for a while, with high-quality hi-fi, nice speakers. So, your nan said that he does this sort of thing. What does she mean by that?
Well, he's a medium. That's what these sort of people do.
Well, the medium is not the same as an exorcist.
Well, I was going to say, medium isn't the same as an extra large.
No, I don't know.
To be clear, he's not a priest.
No, he doesn't...
That's your classic person who can do exorcism, is a priest.
I don't think they do cars, though. I mean, I know things have gone bad for the church, but...
Exorcism is quite a loose term here, because I know there are a lot of people that they clear energy.
Yeah, like they read your cards and they say, oh, there's someone in the room and that kind of stuff.
So he's more of a general...
charlatan.
He's a ghost...
If it's true, I'm going to get killed, but it's not true because he got my finger stuck in a bowling ball and helped me out. If it was true.
So, Maya, talk us through what he did for you.
So I'm going to be honest, I wasn't in the car. It's a 2-seater. He got in the car. I stayed a little bit away.
So there wasn't room for you and him and the ghost?
Of course not. And then, basically, I watched from a distance. He was shouting for a little while. And then he did vibrate a little bit. And then that was about it.
So like this?
So you were a bit further away, so did you see him just...
I just saw a shaking bearded man.
What was
Could
he
you
saying?
see his hands when he was vibrating?
Yes, that's important.
I can't remember. His hands were on show.
All right. His hands were on show, as far as we know. And how did he finish? No, Roman, Kent. What would your listeners think?
No, how did it end? He came out of the car and then he said, well, I've done what I can. I've had a word.
Done what I can.
He does so well, and And then she gets to the end and she's like, then he just got out and said, see you later, bye, there you go. It's almost the last bit that you just
I'm
dropped
having
the
a
ball.
laugh. I'm having a laugh. I'm playing along. But he did. He said he basically had finished what he needed to do. He'd come to the end of the exorcism.
So did he give you any feedback about what he'd cleared?
Well, he looked at me and he said, like that. No, he acknowledged the fact that there was, in fact, something in there.
So he didn't say you've wasted your money hiring me. That needed doing.
He confirmed.
That was a big one in there.
OK, so what exactly did Martin say that he found?
Well, he wasn't that clear, I'll be honest. He just said it was a spirit. I think there's levels to this ghost talking stuff. Like, it
Spirit
depends
levels.
How far in
OK, now, what about Lee? Remind us, Lee, of your claim.
This is Martin, and he once helped me when I got my fingers stuck in a bowling ball.
Oh. So when was this?
This was about a year ago.
And who are you bowling with? Family trip?
It was my son's birthday.
Oh.
What was Martin's job at the bowling alley?
He didn't have a job at the bowling alley. He was in the lane next to me.
Yeah. Which finger got stuck?
It was those two fingers got stuck.
They both got stuck?
I know.
Wow. And above the knuckle, did you...
Not tonight, darling.
Did you plunge them in?
So I went into the ball, like that. I'm thinking, hello, and then I'm thinking, it's I've picked up the wrong ball. Picked up a 12 kilogram, not a 14. I've only gone and put my fingers in all that's too small. My fingers are stuck. Oh well, give me something to talk about on the show.
So how did he get him out? How did he get him out?
He said, "Are you all right, mate?" And I said, "I've actually got my fingers stuck in the ball." And he said, "Well, can I help you?" I said, "I don't know. Are you qualified?" And he said, "No, I've never done anything like this in my life." I said, "Well, neither have I. That's two of us."
This is sounding quite romantic now.
Yeah, so I touched his face gently, but knocked him out.
Yeah. Okay. Then later he came round.
Yes. Yeah. I said, "How did you get my address?"
Yeah.
He said, "Can I help you?" I said, "You tell me." So he said, "All right, let's see if we can pull it off." So he held on. The children held my arm as he pulled. Right. And it didn't work. So he said, "Why don't I go to the kitchen and get something to use as a sort of lubricant?"
OK.
And he came back with quite a large tub of butter.
When he's gently lubing your fingers up...
Yeah.
And there's a man you've never met before and your wife's off and it's just you and him, what were you talking about?
Oh, you know, we were chewing the fat. And he said, "Don't, we'll need that."
Is that what did it?
Eventually, the lubrication and the excessive pulling and a little bit more pulling from the opposite direction from my wife and the kids at the party resulted in and out it came.
All right, so we need an answer. So David's team, is Martin Zahn's bearded buddy, Maya's car cleanser, or Lee's finger freer?
I think I'm sceptical about Lee's story, but the problem is that the other two stories are, one is that he exorcised a car, and the other is that he lent some beard hair.
It's definitely Zander.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fine. We're fine.
So you're willing to accept that this man took clippings from his own beard, put them into an envelope, gave them to Zand, and he then stuck them onto his face.
Rob, if you were to take trimmings of your beard, what exactly, and you had to give them to someone, what exactly are you meant to be putting them in anyway?
Tupperware.
What did you say he worked in? He works in the audio department.
He could work in the audio department, but also he could be a Scandinavian exorcist, I suppose. I haven't seen many Scandinavian
Could work in a bowling alley.
No.
He didn't work in a bowling alley, did he? He just had to be there.
No, hang on, he didn't work. That's why I was getting confused, because he was temping.
Maya, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah,
I believe in ghosts.
Do you? Why do you believe in ghosts?
Why not?
Well, because they patently
Oh,
don't
you're not
exist.
going to logic bomb me.
I mean, OK, if there's so many ghosts, well, if ghosts exist, why are they always in isolated places rather than absolutely cramming central London?
I don't
You
think-
think people have been living and dying in misery in central London for 2,000 years in that square mile. You shouldn't be able to move for ghouls. And yet you don't see them there in the modern office blocks, or with the plague, or being eaten by a lion in Roman times, or having their head chopped off for no reason. Oh, no, it's in one pub where a total of 2,000 people have lived ever. That's where the ghosts hang out. It doesn't make any sense.
So what are you going to say, David?
OK.
What are you going to say?
It's 100% under.
Right, well, are we happy to go with that?
I think so.
Yeah, we're going to go with that.
Saying it's sand. OK. Martin, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Martin, and I lent Xander my beard.
Yes, Martin is Zan's bearded buddy. Thank you very much, Martin.
I once accidentally flashed the Queen.
David's team.
Are we talking about the current Queen or the late Queen?
The late Queen.
All right,
Elizabeth.
OK. The better one.
The best one, yeah.
Certainly, look, it's the one we'd all have chosen to flash, right? I mean...
How did that happen?
I was in a dance competition. If you won the competition, you got to dance for the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a costume malfunction.
What was the style of dance?
Just dance, just have a good dance. It was like...
Really?
Was it like a modern interpretive dance and that kind of stuff?
No,
was it like
it wasn't that. No, it was just have a good dance.
What was the Queen's role? Was she a sort of a Bruno Tognoli figure? Was she judging the dancing?
She didn't hold up any paddles or anything like that. That would have been heartbreaking after a flash, wouldn't it, if she was like 2? But, brutal.
Official judgment on your private parts from your sovereign.
So how long ago was this, Amy?
It's when I was 17.
So how long ago was that?
Well, let's say 3 years.
Can you show us some of your moves? I'm just wondering if you could show me the dance that got you in front of the Queen.
What, right up until the flashing bit as well?
Amy, you must feel under no pressure to dance for praise, please.
I'll show you just the... So this is the move.
Just bust a few moves.
The move was... it was coming down the stage like this. You get it.
Yeah.
Just having a good time. Just dancing, having a good time.
Yeah.
And the costume was... it was, like, off one shoulder. So when I did this, it popped out.
Now, when the mishap occurred...
Yeah.
How long was the mishappening until it...
Did you stop holding it, Rob?
How long before things corrected themselves? Or did it pop back in? Or what happened?
Sounds like a hernia. No, it was... I had to pull it back up.
For how long before you noticed, then?
Well, obviously...
Did the Queen have to point it out?
So what are we going to say, David?
We're going to say true.
Oof, so masterful. Right. They think it's true. Amy, was it true or was it all a lie?
It's true!
When I was a doctor, I accidentally sent 2 patients for procedures they didn't need because I'd got their forms mixed up.
Oh, so each other's form?
The test that they needed, I put the wrong one on the wrong person.
That's what I thought. Because, in fact, you've rather understated your crime, because not only did you give them tests...
Crime is a very strong word.
Well, I'll commute that to act of gross professional misconduct.
It was a very different time, David.
How long ago was this?
Well, I wasn't a doctor for long.
No. Probably for the best.
What tests were they?
There were 2 patients, and one required an X-ray of their neck.
Right.
And then the other one required a barium enema.
A what? What's a barium enema?
So that is where you squirt a radio-opaque dye into the anus, I'll say the word.
Were you like this as a doctor? I'll say the word. Anus. I'll say it.
One of them had a barium enema they didn't need, but also didn't have the neck X-ray they did need.
I then had to sort of correct that. So they ended up having 2 tests each instead of 1.
Well, hold on. Someone went in, right, for a neck X-ray and happily laid down and had an enema. Just because it said it on the sheet.
That is a hell of a blockage.
I never used the word happily.
How did they not question that? Did they not say...
Well, they wouldn't have understood a technical phrase like neck X-ray. They'd have no idea what that means.
The lady who required the neck X-ray and got the barium enema said to me she was impressed at how thorough I'd been.
Did it help, these extra tests? Did you find anything up this lady's bum or this man? That could have saved them in the future?
No, fortunately, those were the normal. They were normal tests.
So neck lady had a perfectly healthy bottom, and bottom guy's neck was A-OK.
Did you, at any stage, come clean to these patient A and patient B?
Of course not.
All right, what are you thinking, then?
That's
Koji.
impossible, man. I can't go for a neck X-ray and get something in my bum.
Stacey?
I couldn't tell you what it was like in those days.
No, exactly. Exactly, Stacey. It was a different time.
What
it was
year?
a different time.
What year?
This would have been 1988.
What was it like then?
It was a different time, you know. But yes, I think doctors carry a lot of authority.
Yeah, and who do you complain to? You know how difficult it is to get to see a doctor at all.
Yeah, and they won't want to see you again if you just complain.
You don't want to be known as a pain in the arse or a pain in the neck, do you?
I think it could have happened, but equally...
Really?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, well, honestly, I fear for people who grew up in that time.
Well, if you two are both convinced it's a lie, I won't overrule you, because it definitely might be a lie.
All right, then. So, Harry, was it true or was it a lie?
It was... true.